Probably not. Woo! What the heck? I had to cover the addresses. Oh. Looky what I got in the mail. Thank you, Kimchi. Does this fall under the home defense? Or does it fall under the, I just ordered 3 cords of wood for our new cabin. And I'm going to be chopping a lot of wood. I think they're going to come in rounds or quarters. I'm not sure. So this is just a baby axe. This, I don't even know what this, I had one of these and I cut my finger off on a camping trip and I got it taken away from me. So I haven't had one of these for about 10 years. I guess it's called a Gränsfors Bruk forest axe. The question is, we know, can you bring me an LT right, please? It's in my brown backpack on the wall. We know my excessively abused and dull as crap LT right will slice right through this, I think. So we're gonna test out and see. This hasn't been sharpened in quite some time. So let's just, yes. Ooh, I'm not very good at this because I'm not a knife guy. The question is, am I an axe guy? The answer, probably not. Woo! What the heck? Get me my shaving cream. I'm gonna shave with this thing. Dang, girl. That thing is sharp. Holy moly. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. It's too pretty to use. I just... So
that's the one you stole from me.
Yes, but it's mine now. Are you going to steal this from me? That would make me very sad.
Maybe.
Get away. So the first one of these, when I tried to put it in the sheath, I cut the sheath in half. And then I cut, look at that. Oh, I don't know if this is going to show in this miserable light. It's like 800 degrees. Or here in the islands we live in, it's probably like 70 and we're dying of heat. Okay, so we got the cabin. If I didn't mention that, I think I did. We've got a lease, which we actually might be extending, but I'll know more about that. Anyways, he who chops the wood warms himself twice. I lived in a cabin for a year up in, well, I'm not going to say where it was. We had electric heat, but I wanted to see if I could go the whole winter without turning it on, and I did. So every night when I got home, I got, and it was the coldest winter since I've been in Washington State, like 6 feet of snow. It was crazy. I went outside and I chopped the wood and I made the fire, and the entire house was heated the entire winter. And I had the little shorty version, which I don't know. It's just like, I think it's called the forest axe, and this is also called the forest axe. I don't have a tape measure, but I think that this is about 20 inches long. And then there's the Scandinavian, which is 25. And then the little forest axe, which is 12 or 13. It was never good enough. This one you can kind of do the two-hand thing if you need to, but also you can get in because I like to carve things, and so maybe I'll carve some stuff. Let's see if I can figure out how to put this in. This is funny, that little axe I got made for my brother that I said he was going to cut his hand on. He sent us pictures on his birthday, and the first thing he did was open it and then cut himself, and he sent pictures of blood all over the place. That was that little one that I had made in the UK. Anyways, Gränsfors Bruk, lots of wood. So for me, it isn't about efficiency. It's about going outside and chopping wood for no other reason than to chop wood. And Kimchi was like, you can have any axe you want, but you only get one. And I thought long and hard, and I guess it's like a 1 pound and a 1 point something and a whatever. This was the middle of the two that I really liked. The little was too small, 25 inches. This I can kind of stuff like downward in my backpack, and maybe this will just stick out the top, I think. So this seemed like the right choice. For better or worse, I'm stuck with it. I guess I could get a longer handle if I wanted to. Anyways, that little tomahawk that I had that was this big, I chopped 3. All I ordered was rounds. The entire for winter, I did all the wood with that little axe. What I learned, because I hadn't really done that before that, in the old days when I made too much money, I just paid someone to do it. The colder it is, the easier it is to chop wood. And when it's below 10 degrees, that stuff just splits. You just look at it. So maybe we'll have a nice cold winter. Anyways, I just wanted to throw this out there real quickly. I'm very, very, very excited to use this, and as it's just a very beautiful gift, hand forged somewhere in Scandinavia. The guy's initials are JW, and there's the emblem in there, and whatever that nonsense is, I can't see it anyways. And it is a beautiful, beautiful gift. And then paired with my little Next Gen by LT Wright, which this is, because of the thickness of the handle, I'm old and I can't grip stuff. And it's just a nice fat grip for me. Could I have a bigger grip? Sure, but I don't necessarily want a bigger blade. And so this kind of just sets in that, like, it can go on my belt, this can go on my pack. They're both easy. I'm sure this is 2 pounds. I can live with it. And it's got a nice little, I was out swinging around in the woods with it. And it feels pretty nice. I know everyone's thinking, get a splitting wall, man. Make it so much easier. But I'm not going to. Our whole minimalist, I don't know what you call it, the downsizing. Everything we own, at some point, when we sell the BCC, we're buying a Sprinter van. Well, we might buy it before we sell the boat, but we're not leaving here until we sell the boat. And everything we own has to fit in it, on it, around it, on the sides, the back, on trailers. And so we're trying to find ways that reduce everything. And this axe certainly isn't ideal for a lot of things, but I like to carve totems, and it's perfect for carving totems. And I could just buy a bunch. We've put ourselves on a pretty tight financial diet, for us at least. It's not because we need more money to live. It's because we're looking at the markets and they're not going berserk, but they're indicating that they're going to go berserk. And so we're trying to load up and get ready for it. And so every little bit we can say, we're loading the guns, ready for battle. Something good is going to happen. Well, something terrible is going to happen. But for us, we're going to be prepared. And so while we're doing a lot of diversification, we're also trying to not spend more than we need to. Obviously, we want what we want and we have what we need. But we're trying to bankroll every penny we can in anticipation of the next 6 months, maybe, or I don't know, who knows. If I could time these things, I wouldn't be making stupid YouTube videos, that's for sure. But got a hunch, things are going to get weird. And so we're watching that, and we're just kind of going long cash right now. And it sucks because it's like we don't get that much whiskey anymore, or we don't get to go out to eat very often. And we've kind of cut everything back. And we're just, oh my God, I'm so itchy. What is in that water? I took a shower and my whole body is crawling. It feels like there's something itchy on it. Anyways, gross. I don't know what it is. I need some lotion. It's this weird summer. And so we're trying to get all of our ducks in a row. And if the bottom falls out, and I did this the last time the bottom fell out, I cashed out and I went on vacation. That's when I was 36. That was, well, 22 years ago. And I went and traveled for almost 22 years consecutively. I was just like, I'm not going to fight this. And we're back there again. And so we're not going to cash out this time. We're going to cash in. I wasn't in the financial position before to do that, but I did have enough to do what I wanted to do. And so I effectively retired at 36 and just took off. We're going to do that again. And we're going to go on all in the markets and see if we can't live off of our dividends and whatever else little things we have floating out there. And it's very exciting, and it's also a very fearful time, I think, for a lot of things, because the world is just changing so fast. And it seems like what is up is down, and what is down is up. And we want nothing to do with it. We want a nice little campsite in the woods and a fire to chop some wood with this. I love this thing so much. If I could sleep with this, except I flail my arms, I would. Anyways, so we're getting all of our ducks in a row, and this axe is a big part of it. For me, chopping wood for the sake of just chopping wood, we're both in our final glide path. We've done everything we need to do in life, and now we're just chilling. And when I got to chop wood, it's not about chopping wood, it's about chopping wood. And if Kimchi goes out and sits on the deck and paints something, or what are the things we do now, we do because we want to, not because we have to. And that's a really good and fun place to be. But there's definitely too much thinking time on our hands. And so like, what if this? Or what if that? How do we prepare for this? How do we prepare for that? I swear, when I met Kimchi, I had zero insurance. Well, I might have had insurance on the boat, although I was in the boatyard. I probably had boat insurance. Now we have like 18 different insurances. We have full dog health care and catastrophic and whatever on her. We have full boat insurance, not only on the boat, but on the dinghy, which is separate from the boat. We have bicycle insurance. We have insurance on stupid like shiny things that we have all over the place. We have health insurance. We have helicopter insurance in case we need to be life flighted off the island. We have life insurance. We have death insurance. We have the health insurance, and we have unhealth insurance. It's ridiculous. So we could probably retire if we just canceled all our insurances and just went out slowly with a whimper. We'd be just fine. But so the axe and moving out into the country for a year, we're slowing down. We've almost shut off the internet. We're both still addicted to YouTube. And so we watch stupid videos and shorts and whatever, but we're off of TV. We don't watch the news. We don't read the news. We're not in any social media, or we're probably on it, but we don't engage in it. We've cut everything back, and we're going into this mode where the more money we can save by foraging things, finding things. Oh, there's a log. Let's stop and chop it up or saw it up and take it home with us, and it'll heat the house for a week. We're kind of having fun doing this. And then because we're on a reasonably fixed income, we just take that money and take it from here and throw it over there and don't worry about it. And so we've become our own mini hedge fund manager of 2 people and a dog. And the axe is the core to that. The knives are a core to that. My backpacks, my bikes, all the things that bring immense joy and value to our life, but don't take anything out of it. I have enough parts for my bike for the next 40 years. Nothing can wear out. I've got everything sitting in a box, or a bunch of boxes. The boat has 7 years of stores on it. Not stores, but filters and zincs and pencil zincs and filters and pumps and primes. I don't know, all that shit. Whatever is in anything that could wear out on the boat, I've got cases of it stashed all over the place. The sails are brand new. The rigging's going to be brand new. The engine might be brand new. So everything we have, we're really sitting in for a long, long, quiet push. And wherever we end up, it's going to all come back to, I'm cold. Okay, go ahead and chop some wood and make a fire. And go ahead and get some lentils or whatever you have from the bean storage and throw it in that pot. And you can get some nettles and throw it in there and maybe a little kelp for a flavor. We're getting weirdo in our studying of what can we pull out of our front yard, our backyard, or our side yard. And even looking at the beach we're on, I'm like, well, I bet there's some pretty good salmon coming across that bar. And I'm not a salmon fisherman, but I might try to become one. We shall see on that. And so now it's turned into, our lifelong game of survival has turned into a game of fun. We've got to the place where everything's just kind of chill and everything's kind of easy. And that's why we got the stupid axe instead of a splitting maul. And that's why my bush knife is 3 inches instead of 7 inches. I'm kind of going small and light and whimsy on it. And then I've got the saw, the knife, and the axe in conjunction. I can build a log cabin with that. Not that I want to. And so we're kind of chilling down and slowing down, and we're finding key things that make our lives infinitely better and centering activities around those. That's why I'm going down to one bike, or that's why we're going to the Sprinter van. Since I can't go on the water anymore, we're still going to have the exact same adventures, except instead of sitting on the boat looking at the beach like, man, look at that fire, that looks so nice. We'll be sitting on the beach with the fire going, man, look at that boat anchored out there. That looks so nice. So we're just changing our views. And it all starts with an axe for want of a nail. I got the nail and we're moving on. And this is what it looks like out today. It is July 24th, 5th, 6th. I think it's July 26th. It has been raining and thunder and lightning. We just had that seaplane went down. Thank God everybody survived. The weather this year has been crazy, and it's been a lot windier than I ever remember it in a summer, and reasonably more humid. Well, I just thought I'd share the view from my desk, my office, whatever it is.